The responsibilities are not looking for you. Don't look for them, because when they find you, you will have a tough time. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're seeing me for the first time, hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Letabo Pula and I'd love to welcome you to my channel. Please do check out our videos and see why we're worth it, because we're definitely worth it. Then subscribe and be a part of our channel and our family. Okay, is that easy? And if you're a returning subscriber, hey gang, hello there. Hi lady, hi gentlemen, and thank you for stopping by again. Shout out to you for being a regular gang. I appreciate you guys so much, and you guys know you are the prize, and that's on per doll. Don't let anybody else tell you anything else. Anyway guys, as you guys can see by the title of this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys a few things that I have learned in my 20s up to this far. I feel like obviously in life you can never like fully learn everything, but I feel like I've learned so much, and I actually just want to share also, just like with people that are younger than me. If you're like 21 years and down or 22 years and down, I think this could be relevant for you. Even if you're older and you haven't experienced any of these things, I guess it's just things to share that you should be mindful of, and yeah, that's it. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So guys, the first thing that I have learned, okay, this is actually, I didn't write this one down, but one thing that I really have learned, because I'm like, damn, I'm only 21 going on 22, but I feel like I've learned so much. And I think part of it is just because of the spiritual journey that I've decided to go on with God. And because of that decision, there's so many things that I'm bound to go through, and things that I'm going to experience that are going to force me to mature faster. So what I really learned is, like, when you're on a spiritual journey with God, you are going to mature quicker, than people that are around you. Just because God is just like, I don't know, the enemy is also just like attacking you in like a crazy way, and you just need to learn how to adapt and how to react to things that the enemy sends your way, so it's honestly a learning curve, but I really realized that it actually requires you to mature a lot quicker. Anyway, so the first thing that I've learned is that it all begins in your mind. Okay, everything begins in your mind. If you tell yourself that you are a failure, if you believe that you are undeserving of good things in life, if you feel like you can't achieve things, you feel like that business will not succeed, everything that you tell yourself, you become that. But once you program your mind to really think and be who you want it to be, if you wake up every morning, you're like, you know what? I am the boss of my life. I am the director of my life. God is the CEO, but everything I tell myself I can achieve. That's something that I've really learned, especially like this year. There's so many things I put my mind to, and I realized that I can actually achieve every single one of these things. The only thing it requires of me is just to prepare myself so that I'm able to do it as best as I have imagined it to be, But real facts, real chat is, whatever you put your mind to, it will become that. So that business that you want to start, you need to tell yourself that you're going to start that business. It's going to be successful. You're going to run it well. And because of your attitude and your mental space about it, you're going to achieve that. I feel like it's the same like with depression. It's a thing of the mind. I remember for me last year, I really had to get the negative thinking out of my mind, the doubt and all of that out of my mind, and really train my mind, fight with my mind to say, no, you're not going to tell me how I'm going to do my life. I'm going to tell you how I'm going to do my life, how I'm going to run my life. And so you really need to train your mind. And a basic example is like with working out. In the beginning, when I started working out, gym and working out was just so difficult. It was so difficult to stay committed. It was so difficult to stay to routine. It was just so difficult to even eat healthy, but it's something that I trained my mind that I need to do this because I want to become this type of person. I see myself as this type of person, so I need to show up, and I showed up, even if life gets a bit busy and things get a little bit difficult and I can't make time to work out, I know that once a week I have to. My mind literally, guys, I'll even have sleepless nights about the fact that I haven't been working out, because I've trained my mind to know that working out is a part of our lives, is what we do, is what we have to do, you know. And so it really all just begins in the mind, guys. If you tell yourself, you know what, this semester I want to work hard, I want to get 80% for everything, I want to be dedicated, you are going to do that. You just need to train your mind. And if your mind is telling you, no, I don't think you can do it, you need to tell your mind, I'm going to do it. I wasn't asking you, brain. I was letting you know what I'm about to do and that you just need to come to the party, you know. The second thing that I've learned is that no sin goes unpunished, guys. And it sounds harsh, you know, but the thing is, what I've learned about sin is that sin is not there because God is just uptight, you know, as people would say, or God doesn't want us to live our best lives or anything like that. He knows the damage all of these things can do to us. He knows that they're not good. And that is why he wants us to part ways with it and not be a part of it. And so the best way he could have gotten us to really get that these things aren't good is by saying that they're sin. And when you do commit these sins, the thing is, they don't give you peace. You do feel guilty, you do feel bad, you know, you get hurt, you know, you get hurt, guys. Like, you live with all of these things. I think some people, some of us, like, we've committed like really crazy sins and they just haunt you, you know. But with that, what I've learned is that there's this verse that says, confess your sins and you shall be set free. And that is the realest thing, like one of the realest things in the Bible that I've really loved. Like, I remember recently I really confessed something to my mom, and because I just felt like it was really eating me up and I didn't know what to do about it anymore. I just didn't know how to move anymore, you know. And I felt like I wasn't even trying to confess to my mom, but I was trying to vent to my mom. And not knowing how it made me feel afterwards, I realized after feeling how it made me feel that, okay, this is what it means to confess your sins and be set free. Because I felt like I was so free from that. I was a lot wiser. My eyes were just a lot open. I had a better understanding. And I really came to realize that, you know what, no sin goes unpunished. And that's not because God wants to punish you because he's like, I told you not to do this. No, but it's like, this is why I said you mustn't do this. These are the consequences of your actions. And that's why me as God, I didn't want you to be a part of this sin. I don't want you to do these things because these are the consequences, you know. So when God really reprimands you or punishes you, it's not because he's just trying to hurt you, but he's trying to say, this is why I said don't do it. This is literally the consequences of doing it. So that's honestly one thing that I've really learned, that no sin goes unpunished. And I feel like it really also just motivates me to kind of shy more away from sin, because it's just like the consequences are really painful and I don't want no part of it. Like, I don't want no part of it. I don't want it. I don't want to get somebody else to do it. So yeah. Third thing that I've learned is that there's nothing beneficial about relationships when you're in your early 20s. Like, there's absolutely nothing. Guys, if you are younger than, I guess I could say younger than 22, because that's the age group I'm at, there's nothing that a man or a boy can tell you that is quality, that is life-changing. And what I mean by this is that I think women, we will change our entire lives for a guy, you know, and we will adjust our lives and our beings for a guy that is not even trying to marry us. They can talk about marriage, but like, where is the ring? Nowhere. You know, is this person working and stuff like that? So it's like, in your early 20s, I always hear like most of the people that I've spoken to, like, they talk about how, you know, they really want to get married like super young and stuff like that. And I always think to myself, you know, the interesting thing is, I'm pretty sure like young men, for them, the priority is getting a house, getting a car, getting a stable job, having a stable life. I feel like from a man's perspective, marriage is a crazier and a bigger thing than it is to women, and so it takes time with them. So the idea of just women just having this mentality that, oh no, I'm gonna get married like at 23 or 22, and really just seeing the relationship that you're in as like this is it for life, and it's just like you don't even know what that man is thinking. Men can tell us anything, guys. Men can lie. Men are good at manipulating and getting what they want. So for me, it's just like the most important thing as a young person, a young woman more so, if you're really really young, is do not prioritize a man like that. Honestly, do not prioritize your relationship with a man like that. Do everything that you want to do. Focus on your goals, focus on who you want to become. Focus on the stories that you want to tell your children when you're older. Like, you want to be able to give your children a perspective, and you want to give your children a future. You want to give your girls, I think as a girl mom, you want to teach your girl to be equally independent. You want to teach your girl to really be like a go-getter, and a successful woman and stuff like that. And I feel like if you're focusing on your man, everything is just goes towards the relationship. And then when you get heartbroken, like, you don't even know how to start from the bottom, and it's just so painful to even start from the bottom, you know what I mean, and start again and open up to love. And that's why so many people like are damaged, and like they don't want to open up to love again at their young age already, because they've really just given their entire lives to a man who is just, or a guy or a boy who is just easy chilling, who's just trying to figure out, how am I going to get my next dollar? How am I going to be successful? I feel like men naturally know that their responsibility is to be providers and protectors. And so when a guy's in a relationship, the main thing I feel is to, for them, it's just like, I need to know, how am I going to provide and protect. Marriage is not even a thing, and in women's minds, like, marriage is like, that's it, that's where we are. And for guys, it's like there's so many milestones they need to go through before they get to the marriage part of it. Already, as soon as we get into the relationship, we're there by marriage. Like, it's done, it's a wrap, that's it. And it's not worth it, guys. It's really not worth it. But more than anything, when you are really in your young 20s, young adult ages, like 20, 19, 20, 18, 17, younger than 22, this is just from my experience. I really just feel like one thing that you should not give your all into is relationships. Focus on yourself. The right man will definitely gravitate towards you without even you having to flinch. So while you wait, focus on yourself and focus on God growing you. Like, God, I feel like for me, God is growing and grooming me in these young ages to be the woman that He has designed me to be for the right man. I feel like my nature is obviously to be a wife, to be a mom, to be a woman. I think that is who God has designed me to be. I feel like that is who God has designed women to be, in a kingdom marriage. And I'm all up for that, but I'm all up for the right timing of it. That's really where I'm at. So I take absolutely nothing seriously. Like guy says right now, I'm just trying to push me, do my own thing, And when we get to that age, the right age, like probably, I don't even want to disclose at what age, but when I get to that age that God has decided that this is the right time for you to now take seriously what a guy could possibly utter to me, then we'll just take it from there. But yeah, that is the third thing that I've learned, guys. I think I'm talking a bit too slow, sorry. So the fourth thing, and I think this just lines with this third thing, is that the devil will also use relationships to destroy you. And I actually want to link down below a video by Jerry Flowers, Pastor Jerry Flowers. And he just speaks this out so perfectly. Like, I don't even know how to explain it to you guys. I really want everybody to watch this. If you're a guy, if you're a girl, you definitely need to watch this video, because it also just makes you understand why men are the way they are. Honestly, and not to justify, but why some men are the way they are, and how we need to control or combat that, and how we need to approach this situation, especially as kingdom women, and spiritual women, the right way to see all of this thing and see really what the devil is trying to do. It talks about sex, it talks about everything, like just relationships, like it talks about daddy issues, everything, guys. It's just such a perfect explanation biblically of everything, and I think everybody needs to really watch it. Like, you have nothing to lose from watching it. You'll gain insight, even if you can't relate to half of the things I just said now, but it's just definitely worth your watch. But yeah, that's really what I've learned, is that, especially if you're a woman who knows their purpose, and who you're called to be, the devil is definitely going to bring a lot of distractions in your life. At the end of the day, he's there to cause, to kill, steal, and destroy. And one thing he's definitely going to bring is he's going to bring men to try and distract and destroy you, cause you to be pregnant and fall into marriage with people that you're not meant to be married to, people that God didn't have set for your life, and just cause you to just engage in things that you're not meant to, especially with regards to men. So he really does bring men to destroy you as a person if you're not aware about it. So you just need to be aware about it. And I'm not just saying like all men are like that. No, I think one thing that I've learned and one thing that I really do is I always ask myself, where's the devil in this relationship? And I know it obviously sounds crazy, or it sounds like it sounds psycho, but and it's not even accusing to say there may be a devil in the man. No, but is there an intention that the devil has here that we're not identifying? And so you need to ask yourself, what is the end goal here? What is this guy saying? And is this guy saying something that is aligned with what the word of God says, or is it something that kind of just feels like, nah, I think the devil is just here to destroy me? Because if you're not aware about it, guys, like the devil will swallow you. There's so many young women who, honestly, the devil has kind of distracted early in their journeys of faith and in their spiritual journeys and in their walks to living a purposeful life. There's just a moment where the devil really saw an opportunity and just went with it, and so it's also just difficult to get back to your purposeful life after that, but it's not impossible, because after all, we serve an impossible God. And that's on period. But it's just something that I realized that I really need to be aware of, and that I've learned that the devil can also use relationships with men to honestly come and try and destroy you, and you just need to be really aware of that. Fourth thing that I've learned is that therapy is self-investment, especially if you know that you've got internal issues that you are having a tough time talking about. If you know that you have toxic traits, if you know that you have unresolved issues, man, you have childhood traumas, if you know there's something that is holding you back from being the best version of yourself, therapy, it's self-investment, guys. You're investing in yourself, and you're investing in the better version of yourself. Like it's you have nothing to lose from it. I know that therapy is also a bit expensive, but this is where like you really go and check in your churches, resources in your churches. There are human resources in your churches. There are people who have qualifications who can freely do this, especially in the church. I know that psychologists really understand the concept of patient confidentiality, so go to your church. Social media has also just been such an amazing platform. You get people who are really amazing and who are just so willing to help people without a penny, so check that out, guys. Look for resources, seek help, because it is an investment towards yourself. Like, you are investing in yourself. At the end of the day, you want to live a purposeful life, and you want to live a good life. You want to live a quality life whereby you're able to teach people things and you're able to share from your experiences and your past, so just do what you need to do to change your life for the better, and go to therapy. It is an investment. I know that there's just so much, not stigma per se, but there's like these ideologies around, therapy, especially for men. But I really love that more men have been going to therapy. I love it so much. I love it so much. It's just giving self-love. It's giving being aware, of really what the devil is trying to do, and just moving differently. So I'm really just so proud of that. And I just really want more people to do that. There's so many things that we have that are traumas, that have hurt us in the past and stuff like that, and you need to deal with that, guys. It's just for the better. You have absolutely nothing to lose. That's the thing. You have nothing to lose. So go to therapy, doll. Go to therapy, sir. Go to therapy so that you do not become the same experience to your children, to your family, to those you love, but you become a better reaction or experience to what you've experienced. You know what I mean? So yeah, therapy is self-investment. The fifth thing is fake friends are a thing. They are a thing, but they should never be a thing in your life. That basically means if you experience anything unreal in your friendships, if you do not experience reciprocation in your friendships, if you have seen elements of fakeness, of jealousy, of envy in your friendships, and you don't really see where your friendships are going, guys, walk away. It's so easy to walk away. And I've realized that with this generation and our generation, some things just don't need explanations. It's growing up. I think the more you grow, the more you realize that certain things just don't need explanations. You don't need to explain yourself. It's just that you realize that that's a move you need to make for yourself, for your well-being, to better yourself, to become a better person, and also just realizing that certain people are not meant to be in your journey, and that's okay. Like, I've learned, like, I think it's even like if you're in a toxic relationship with a guy, you know that this guy's not good for your journey, but because you love this person, you stay. I think that's the same thing with friendships, is that we love our friends, and so we force ourselves to stay, but certain relationships and friendships are just not supposed to be a part of our journey. Certain friends are not supposed to be in our lives, are not our friends. Certain friends are not your friends. They don't have good intentions. So if you identify that, any traits of that, it's okay to address certain things with your friends that you feel like your friends do and you're just not appreciating, and you just like address it. But if you really feel like, I don't know, it's not giving true friend here, it's not giving true friendship, it's not giving you want the best for me, it's not giving you want to celebrate me the way I celebrate you, if you experience all of those things, then walk out of that friendship. Another thing that I've really learned is that your true friendships come after high school. That's in varsity. That is really when you realize who are your real people, are who the people God has sent in your life are, who are the people that are meant to stick with you through thick and thin, and they will stay. And so stick with those people, and those that are not meant to be in life, not meant to be in your life, let them go. At the end of the day, guys, love yourself. Remember that you're the prize, and you don't need to be convincing any of your friends why you're a quality friend, why you're a good person, why you're deserving of them being in your life, why you're deserving of being friends with them. You don't need to convince anyone of anything. The right people will gravitate, the right people will be in your life without you even having to flinch, and appreciate who you are. And you're also able to be the quality person that you naturally are to them. So fake friends are definitely a thing, but no, don't let them be a thing in your life. The sixth thing, guys, is enjoy your money. Okay, money comes, guys, money goes. Especially if you're young, you're still in varsity, you're still like in high school, like, and stuff like that. You're still like, listen, okay, you don't have responsibilities. For as long as you don't have responsibilities, enjoy your money, because there is going to come a time where you then have a lot of responsibilities, and you then cannot enjoy your money, and you then have to be super responsible. So while you still have that freedom of being not irresponsible, but I mean of just doing whatever you want. You think about that shoe, you want to save up for that shoe, buy that shoe doll. And it's like, even if you go broke, guys, you go broke knowing that you had such a good time at this vacation that you went to, or you had such a good time, or you feel so good about this product that you have. Like, it's the prize. It's like, I can be broke, but as long as I have something that I really wanted, it makes me so happy that I think I even forget I'm broke. It's like, yeah, I'm broke, but like, okay, so I got you. So I'm good. So enjoy your money, guys. I think a lot of people just stress so much about saving while they're like really in their early ages. And it's just like, bro, you will honestly stress about all of that stuff when the time comes, okay? But while you have zero responsibilities, stop trying to be in the responsibilities. The responsibilities are not looking for you. Don't look for them. Don't look for the responsibilities if they're not looking for you, because when they find you, you will have a tough time. It is going down koza shuba, guys. So while you can, honestly, enjoy your money, enjoy your finances, treat yourself well, treat yourself lovely, do everything that you want to do. When responsibilities come, you know that now you have to act responsible, but you know that, what, I've actually had a good time just doing whatever I wanted with my money. So let's go. Let's adult. I'm sticking beside it. I'm enjoying my money, guys, until responsibilities come my way. But for now, It's just me. The seventh thing that I've honestly learned is you need to outgrow partying if you want to live a purposeful life. I feel like with partying, it's okay to experience it while you're in your early stages of life because of your adult life, you know. So in your early 20s, I feel like it's okay to experience partying and stuff like that because you're still finding yourself then, you know. But at some point, you need to outgrow it because partying does not contribute to your life. It does not add value. It wastes your money. You could really be, excuse me, spending time with your friends. You could really be having like a really nice chill vibes with people that are close to you indoors and have a good time indoors. Why must you go to a club and just go waste all of your money standing grooving? It's just so clustered, it's just so loud, it's just so many people, so many spirits that you don't know of. Like you don't know half of, like not even half, almost everyone in that building. You don't know where they come from, you don't know what spirits that they carry, you don't know what they're here to do, you know what I mean? So it's just like there's really nothing beneficial about partying. If you're going to do it for your entire life, you definitely need to outgrow it at some point if you want to live a purposeful life. And hence it takes me back to what I said in the beginning when I was just like, these are things that made me realize that when you go on a spiritual journey with God, there's so many things you're going to have to mature quicker, you know. Like I'm only 21 and partying is just not my thing like that anymore, you know what I mean? And I've outgrown it, and like for me it just feels like it's such a filthy place for my spirit. Like it's like when the Spirit of God is just dwelling in you and on you, and you just go to a place that's just saturated with spirits that are foreign to the Holy Spirit, it just kind of gives me shivers. You know, it's just like, I know God doesn't want me to be here. He doesn't want to be here. He's not feeling comfortable here. So, you know, and you just outgrow it. Like it's just like you just realize that there's nothing great about it, there's nothing beneficial about it, there's really nothing to it. So why even bother? But it's okay to go through it through early stages because you learn, guys. Certain things you need to go through to learn, but the point is you need to outgrow it. It's something that I think people need to outgrow. If you do not outgrow it, like you're in trouble, because how can you live a purposeful life mixed with like grooving and clubbing and partying every single weekend? What? I know, I'm not too sure about that. Okay. The eighth thing that I have learned, and I think it's also just one of the most important stuff, is that it's okay to be different. It's okay to be different. It's okay to do your own thing. It's okay to be your own person. And it's okay because it makes you feel good. Like, nobody can take away who you are. Nobody can take away what you are. It's you. It's you, and you get to enjoy you. But as soon as you want to be like other people, there are parts of you that will feel like you are not meeting the criteria that you have set to be like someone else. And those are reasons why some people even fall into depression and why people feel like they're inadequate and they're not enough. It's because you want to be like someone else. You want to be like those groups of girls. You want to be like this thing that's like, you want to be like society, you know. But it's absolutely okay to be different. It's not even okay. It's great. It's amazing. It's a win. Like, it is a win to be different. It is one of the best things you can do for yourself, is allow your uniqueness to be. Allow it. Allow your individuality to be. God made us differently because he wanted us to be different people, you know. So allow yourself to be a different person. Allow yourself to be who God has designed you to be, because that person is unique. That person cannot be compared to the next person. That person is their own person. And that's just amazing. That's just amazing. I like it, you know. I know that I'm different. I know that like I don't fit into society. I know that sometimes my opinions are of the minority, and I don't care because that's just who I am. And I love that. I love that I wake up myself. I love that everybody gets to experience me exactly the same way. One thing I enjoyed seeing was last year when I had my birthday celebration and I had all my friends in a room and they all got along, and I wasn't worried about, oh my gosh, I know that friend is quiet. How am I going to balance entertaining them? How am I going to balance entertaining that one and that one? But I just had so much fun being myself. I feel like there was at no point where I was concerned about anyone's comfortability, because I felt like I am literally the same person to everyone. And just how they all got along and loved each other. I literally said, I was like, this year I want to have like something at home, but like just to chill with my friends, and I want the same group of people because they are so much fun. All of them, guys. I didn't even have to do no introductions. I didn't even have to chill with them. They were just doing their own thing as friends, and I was just like, guys, I love this. I love this. And I was just doing my own thing. And nobody was offended by me doing my own thing. Nobody felt some type of way about me doing my own thing, because they all knew exactly who I am and how I am. And I just didn't need to worry about, like, you guys get what I'm saying. It was just like, I'm the same person to everyone, and I can be this very same person to everyone on my day. Nobody's shocked like, oh my gosh, is this how Letabo is? No, like, they all been new, because I've just always been myself from the jump. And so it's okay to be different. It's really okay to be different. It's just better to be different. Life is easier that way. And yeah, guys, yeah, I think I've just said enough about that. It's just better, okay? It's a win, okay? So yeah, the ninth, I've only got, okay guys, two more things. Two more things to go. The ninth thing that I have really learned is pray about everything. Pray about everything, everything, every single thing. I have prayed about everything in my life. The good, the bad, the great, the ugly, my flaws, my imperfections. Even when I felt undeserving of God, I still went to Him. When I felt depressed, I went to Him. When I felt lonely, I went to Him. And that just taught me that, what, God has an answer for everything. He literally has an answer for everything. He has a way for everything. Even if it feels like there's no way, He has a way to get you to realize that there's a way in this. There's a way for this. So I've really learned that praying about everything, because God has the answer for everything. If you don't have a confidant, if you don't have someone who will give you answers. One thing about this lipstick, I knew I was about to do that, but if you don't have answers, guys, for your life, you don't have answers for the purpose that you want to pursue in your life, for who you want to become, pray about it. Pray about everything in your life. You've got so much more to win than to lose. Like, you have nothing to lose, guys, about praying about everything. Mom, you're even appearing in the background. I can't believe she's curling. I cannot believe her. But anyway, anyway, that was so funny. My hair's even untying at the back. Oopsie. So yeah, guys, that is like the ninth thing, is like to pray about every single thing in your life. And then the last thing is be patient with yourself. That is the last thing. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with who you want to become. I've really learned that. Like, be patient with your plans. The Bible says in Proverbs, it is better to be patient than to be powerful. And I felt like that is a superpower that people underestimate. That's in the Bible. God literally says, patience is more powerful than power itself. That is the key to power, patience. Patience. So be patient with yourself. You will be a powerful person to yourself, first of all, when you are patient with yourself. When you're patient with yourself, you are patient with the work God is doing in your life. You're patient with who God is recreating and who God is forming. And I think that's also why, like, I just wanted my journey to be so transparent, is because I'm very patient with what God is doing. And I know that the life that I'm living and the way I'm transitioning and growing and witnessing myself become better and become more of who God has designed me to be through patience is going to be a testimony for someone else. It's going to be a guideline for someone else, that You need to be patient. You need to walk with this patiently. My hope is that in 5 years time or whatever, and I have new subscribers by that time, and they go start right at the bottom with these videos, and they see who I am then, and they realize that it took time, it took patience, and it produced a powerful woman. So I know that I have this vision of the woman that I want to be. I have a relative, an idea of the woman that God wants me to be, but I know to become that woman, it takes patience. And having a relationship with God, guys, He's going to break down some things in you, and He's going to rebuild some things. He is going to change and shift you from places to the right places. Your thinking, He's going to change your thinking. He's going to affect your and change your perceptions as you grow, and I feel like I look forward to seeing, whenever I do this, a few things I've learned again, to see the things that I've learned and to hear about my changed perspectives, if there ever will be, because that will tell me that God has done something different. There's been a shift, so be patient with yourself, and being patient with yourself means be patient with God. Be patient with what God is trying to do in your life. Don't rush it. Don't rush anything, guys. I think you guys, if you know me and if you've watched all my videos, if there's one thing that I'm constantly saying is premature things don't end well. Things that are rushed don't end well. They don't end well. So the one thing you really want to do is you want to be patient, and it is powerful. So be patient with yourself, be patient with God. Stop being hard on yourself. When you can't reach the goals that you've set for yourself, it's because God is telling you, be patient. There's a time that I have set for all of this, and I need to kind of get you to do a few things. I need to kind of get you to see a few things first before we get there. I had to be patient with myself, and I had to be patient with what God is trying to do in my life, because that person versus this person, that person then versus this person now, is completely different, and it had to take God's time for the transition to happen. You get me? So yeah, guys, those are honestly the 10 things that I have learned. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please definitely do give it a thumbs up. Please interact with me in the comments down below, guys, and tell me how you're feeling after watching this video, what you've learned from this video. Don't forget to share it with someone who might need to hear something of the sort. I love you guys so much, and I thank you guys so much. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you guys in my next video. Love you, loves.